Hello all and welcome back to another Tales of Hyperia showcase. As you may recall from the last video, we left off right before we added people to our party and took on the first enemy. So without further ado, let's start the game. So at this point we're pretty much just recruiting our brothers to fight off the evil. If you talk to the goblin here, he'll just tell you to talk to everyone else. You have to go over to Elliot's room first. That was originally left over from another type of script that I was running. Originally I had all the characters following Isaac around, but I changed that up a bit. Mostly because you just can't have that many actors on the screen, and the monsters were originally going to be littered throughout the scenes and not random encounters, which you'll soon see. One of the new things I added recently was putting things in dressers and having animations for that. I think it's really cool. It's one of those things I liked about like the Breath of Fire games. There was a bunch of items you can get from dressers. So I don't know. I really liked it. So we get the Ben stuff here. All right, Ben learned freeze from that, and again, I apologize. I mashed the A button just because I'm so used to playing it so much and progressing it fast. If you're curious, you can't get the treasure chest for the brothers that you don't have in your party yet. So there's that. Also left over, if you don't add your brothers, you can't move on. Again, that was just something I left over from the way it used to be, and I just haven't changed it. So if you try to leave the room here, Elliot will remind you to equip your gear. And up until this point, you couldn't actually access the menu. So I had to change the menu up a bit. Mostly because the save feature I realized wouldn't work the way I had it in that showcase video. So if I do this now and save it, if I turn the game off and turn it on, it will work. Before, when you're in the menu, if you save it here, turn off the game, turn it back on, and try to leave, you crash the game. So learn things the hard way there. Alright, so let's equip everyone. I might actually speed this part up just because it takes a while. I will also say, so I haven't done this yet, but what I'm going to do in a future update is add the item description to before you equip the item. So if you were to go back to the armor here, it would tell you you're wearing the leather armor, it's basic armor, and it tells you the stats. I want to do that before you equip things so you know, players will know what they're equipping. Right, like I said, I'm actually going to speed the rest of this up, mostly because it takes a while. Alright, so by sped up, I actually meant I was cutting out the footage. So once you have all the brothers, you talk to the goblin soldier here, and he asks you if you submit, or want to submit to the Crimson Knight. If I had saved it after I equipped everyone, I would push yes to show you what happens. Basically, you just go to a game over screen. But I figured I could have showcased that off. But I didn't save it, so we're going to fight. So this is the fight screen. I kind of showed off a lot of these on Twitter and Instagram. One cool thing I added to this was actually a prioritization script that will, based on the boys level and the monsters level, it'll determine who goes first in a fight. In this case, it looked like the boys won that script, so they get to go first. Again, I know, I guess, how to exploit the game, so I'm just going to spam their special attacks until this guy dies. This is also another thing I added recently. Like Final Fantasy Tactics, if you've played that, sometimes the spells have these callouts. So this is one for Ben's freeze spell. Let's see, we froze the enemy there. So Elliot does not have he landed a critical hit though. He doesn't have attack magic yet. He does learn some attack magic later on. This is another thing I added was a victory text. So every battle has a chance of seeing one of 4 things from each boy. So I think a total of 16 altogether. Originally it was 32, but I got rid of a few. I figured it was too much. And one thing that I was talking over, the save point there actually heals. So I know it's weird to have both save in the menu and an actual save point. Originally I wasn't going to have save in the menu and only have save points, so I had both healing and saving. I just haven't removed the save feature from the save points. I'm probably not going to, honestly. So here's our first random encounter. Again, looks like the boys got priority on this one. So I'm just going to go through with the basic attacks. As you see, Ben being a mage doesn't really hit for much. Isaac being a swordsman, I forget what I called him, hurts a little more. Elliot's the same. He's a mage type, so not going to do much damage. Dorian is essentially like a monk type character. He's going to be pretty strong and have a ton of life. I should also mention that Dorian, he starts off at level 1. As you saw from the last battle, he got a level up. He learns his first skill at level 3, so you can't use that just yet. So one piece of advice I'll have going into the first boss battle is to pretty much grind your way up to have Dorian at level 3. That way you have an extra person with a special move that can hurt someone or hurt an enemy. Yep, and there's your text there. And moving on. So the random encounters, they're like other games, they're kind of hit and miss. And what I mean by that is sometimes you just get hit with a bunch of random encounters, and sometimes you don't. It's just that weird random. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess not QT. The random number generator type thing. RNG. Knew it was one of those acronyms. And it looks like all these goblin soldiers seem to be bracing for impact. So I might have screwed something up in the scripting here. If the next time he attacks, he doesn't actually attack. So this is also part of a play test. Nope, there he goes. He's attacking. So yeah, Isaac was hit for 9 there. So you see, we lost some health there. No big deal. We're winning pretty good here. I'm gonna have Benjamin heal Isaac though, just to show that off. So I know I kind of sped through a lot of the text from the drawers or dressers and treasure chests, but the dressers and chests have a ton of like potions and antidotes and things like that. Yeah, I noticed there the numbers didn't update. It's weird when I first created the game, it was in GB Studio 2 point something, and I had this script that would update the characters or actors on the spot. So if you got hit, the numbers changed right away. But updating the Windows, GB Studio 3 really screwed that up for some reason. I had to take out the custom script I made and just put it right into the scene itself, the battle scene. And honestly, it just never looked the same. And as you saw there, we healed Isaac. It didn't update his number off the screen. And then, of course, he got hit, and it didn't update the number there either. And then it was his turn, and then it finally updated to the right number. That's something I guess I'm still going to have to play around with. But, yeah, for now, that it just is what it is. Hopefully I can figure that out. So here's another character or monster on the screen. So every battle scene that you're in should have one monster NPC on the screen. It used to be that every scene there weren't random encounters. There were just monsters littered throughout. I had to change it to random encounters because I had a run option in the fight menu. and I couldn't. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Looking at too many, going too quick on the screen here. I don't remember what I was talking about now. Oh, the monsters on the screen. Yeah, when I couldn't get the run thing to work right because it would make the monster disappear, which I didn't want to happen. So I had to go back to or had to go to random encounters. So you see the knight was standing in the way there. This is the part where I like to grind a little bit. You're near save point, might as well. And basically, I just want to get Dorian up to level 3, and then I'm going to show off the boss. And there's our wisecrack. All right. Because at this point, you can keep healing yourself. You don't have to save every time. That's just what I do. And then you can keep spamming spells and magic. So I also didn't, because I was talking about something else, but during that small fry battle, I used freeze on the small fry, and it did a lot of damage. Small fry has a weakness, and that weakness is, of course, ice. So normally it should do a lot of damage. It looked like it did more damage to the goblin soldier there than than that small fry. So I'll have to double check that. But yeah, some characters or some monsters have weaknesses. The goblin soldier doesn't have an outright weakness, but he has a low intelligence or knowledge, so magic's going to hurt him more regardless. But if he had a weakness, that would be multiplied by 2, essentially. Alright, just spamming. And I might actually cut from here till when Dorian is level 3. That way, I'm not cutting up or taking up too much time. Yep, Isaac leveled up there. So, yeah, I'll see you when Dorian is level 3. Right, here we go. Dorian just leveled up, and the stats increased, and he learned Knife Hand, which is a pretty basic martial arts move, which is perfect for Dorian because he's basically just starting off with his martial arts. So now we're going to take on the knight. Well, you'll see where it goes. So of course he's mad, or about to get mad, that we defeated his monsters, and he summons the Big Fry, whose monster sprite, of course, looks like the Little Fry. But, whatever. So the Big Fry wants to fight. The boy's got priority on him. So this is, of course, the first boss in the game. So I like to go all out on bosses, because why not? So you see there, his freezes Big Fry's weakness as well, did 40 damage. We're going to have Elliot attack. Again, he doesn't have any attack magic. We're going to use Knife Hand. All right, that's not bad. Unfortunately, Dorian can only use that once, but that's okay. So we're going to use Eye Slash again. For some reason, that seems like it's not doing a lot of damage. I'll have to double check that too. Yeah, I guess let's use a mana potion on Ben, because that's going to be helpful. All right, so we maxed out. That shouldn't have said 1 mana. I have to change that. See, that's why we do play tests. But no biggie. Okay, so the enemy missed. That's good for me. So I'm going to attack again, and hopefully this freeze can take him out. We'll see. I forget how much that. Yep, that took him out. I forget how much health he has. He has quite a bit. And if you had noticed by now with all the victory texts, a lot of them are references to other games. I'll leave it to players to figure them all out, though. Alright, so Ben, of course, got to level up. We got a lot of experience from this. So most of the characters should level up after that battle. And that's where I'm actually going to end this playthrough, or playtest. Again, I hope you enjoyed watching the game up to this point. As always, thank you for watching.